Episode 3 is aptly titled Erectile Dysfunction. Please, let me explain. One great thing that the show seems to be doing is tackling some milestones in adolescence and turning them into some of the most funny gags on television right now. The pilot episode is about buying drugs, the second episode is about bullying, and this one has to do with the discovery of adult films. 00:56. We open with Ted and Johnny getting picked up by Blair from the movies after they saw Jurassic Park, a movie that Ted and Johnny believe that real dinosaurs were used. The trio then heads to a video store, and Ted and Johnny become infatuated with the adults-only section. But they can't enter it because they're not 18 years old. So Blair rents what they think is porno for them, but she actually grabbed them a French New Wave film that confuses the hell out of the two. Johnny and Ted get fake ideas, wander back into the video store, and buy a massive stack of adult films. They go home, and unfortunately, before they can sit there and, well, enjoy their porn, the tape gets jammed in the VCR. A plan must now be put into place so that they don't get busted by Maddie and Susan. Speaking of which, Maddie and Susan go out to dinner for what seems to be the first time in a while. Susan takes it seriously due to an account of how much she still loves her husband, but Maddie finds a way to get free food from the fancy restaurant. After ranting to the waiter multiple times, he has Susan put a nail in her food so their meal could get comped. Ted and Johnny sneak into the school and steal a VCR from the A/V lab, but they don't make it back in time as Susan discovers the tape in the VCR in the living room. But she ends up thinking it's Maddie's tape and not the boys'. She gets confused by this and realizes that her marriage may now be in shambles. Ted and Johnny get home and replace the VCR, but they see the tape is missing in the old one, so now they have no choice but to move out and become nomads out of sheer embarrassment. Susan seeks counsel in Blair over the porno tape. Rather than tell the truth, Blair takes the blame for the incident, says the tape is hers, and thus clears up any issues in the household. She then tracks Ted and Johnny out in the woods and tells them the coast is clear to come home. What follows is one of the funniest narrations to close out Ted Episode 3 from none other than Sir Ian McKellen. The episode review. Episode 3 of Ted is the funniest of them all so far. Yeah, it's about watching porn, but the writing of the show creates such a great payoff with how the two plot lines of the episode overlap. It's also the first episode of the season where Alana Eubank really shines as Susan. She's Johnny's mom, but she acts like a sweet old grandma from New England. Here's to hoping she gets more to do this season. This is definitely the best written episode so far.